Ayodhya chapter 108. Let us continue with Jabali's statements that are contrary to the principles of righteousness. Verse 4. Tasman mata pita cha iti Rama sajjeta yo nara unmata iva sagneyo nasti kachid hi kashyachit. It is but a fool that clings to another as his mother, father, or they that bore him. How does one man stead another? There is no one who belongs to another. Once again, this is categorically wrong in the spiritual sense. The Lord is our mother and father. We have already gone through various Bhagavad Gita shlokas where Krishna says that he is the Bija Pita and he is definitely as caring as a mother is. And therefore, we cannot really say that there is no one who is our mother or father. It is an axiomatic truth that every single living entity has a mother and father. And therefore, what Jabali is saying over here is not right. The next statement is Nasti kachit hi kasyachit. We are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we belong to Him. And since every living entity belongs to the Supreme Lord and Paramatma exists in every single living entity, we should be able to see the connection between every living entity and the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the devotees belong to each other as well. And everyone belongs to Lord Rama. Therefore, telling Lord Rama himself that no one belongs to another person, that is just plain wrong. The Lord belongs to His devotees. And there are many examples sprinkled throughout the scriptures. One of the many examples is given in Padma Purana, where Lord Krishna says, Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha. I am not in Vaikuntha nor in the hearts of the yogis. I remain where my devotees engage in glorifying my activities. It is to be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not leave the company of His devotees. So when the Lord does not leave the company of His devotees and all the devotees belong to the Lord and they belong to each other because each and every one of them helps the other person reach the Lord as well, how can anybody be completely independent of another person? Only a Mayavadi is capable of saying something like this because he does not believe in the existence of a personified form of the Lord, because of which he can never understand the reciprocity of love between the Lord and His devotees. Therefore, what Jabali has said over here is categorically untrue. Verses 5 and 6. Yatha grama antaram gachan narah kaschit kvachit vaset utsrijya chatam avasam pratishteta apare ahani evam eva manushyanam pita mata graham vasu avas matram kakutsta sajjante na atra sajjanah. O Rama, we start for a neighboring village, halt for the night at another, and resume our journey on the morrow. Even so, father, mother, home, and wealth are but halting places on the great journey through eternity. The wise are never lured by these. A traveler taking his rest for a while in a caravan on the way, only to leave it a few hours later, has no concern about it. Even so, our parents should occupy our thoughts only during their contact with us. It is a waste of useful thought power to concern ourselves for them even after they have left us. Who would trouble himself to please them? So this is a very polarizing statement that Jabali makes. Because in one respect, he is absolutely correct. In this Janma, we are born in a particular family. We have certain Jivatmas who become our parents, and we should not really be attached to them because we don't know who they were in the previous Janmas, and we don't really know who they are going to be in the future Janmas either. Therefore, being completely attached to them and thinking that they are my parents, my village, my possessions, it's all wrong. But who is Jabali speaking to? Jabali is speaking to Lord Rama. Lord Rama is someone who can never be born and who can never die. And yet he's so kind that he has come down as the son of his own devotee. At the end of Yuddhakand, when Brahma reveals to the world that Rama is Lord Narayana himself, Rama says, Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasharatatmajam. I consider myself to be a human being by the name of Rama, who is the beloved son of King Dashratha. So Rama's identity is tied to the affection that his devotees shower upon him. So therefore, how can Jabali say that your mother and your father do not mean anything to you? That is not right, because the Lord loves his devotees. So although Jabali is partially right that we shouldn't just be attached to our relatives and our friends, he is not talking to an ordinary person. He's talking to the Supreme Lord himself. And he's telling Rama that you shouldn't be attached to your parents. You should not be attached to your relatives or friends or your wealth. All of that is just wrong. Rama is the Supreme Lord. He is Bhagavan. Bhagavan, as we've discussed multiple times before, is a person with full opulence, as described by Parashar Muni in Vishnu Purana. And one of the symptoms is having all wealth. Rama has all wealth. It is just an opulence that emanates from him. So he is not attached to it. So Jabali doesn't have to specifically say that, oh Rama, you should not be attached to any possessions, because it is merely a part of who Lord Rama himself is. Thus, this verse is also wrong according to the Shastric principles. Verse 7. Pitriyam rajyam samuthrajya sa na arhati nara uttama asthatum kapatam dukkham vishamam bahukantakam. O virtuous of men, you inherit your father's kingdom, and you spurn it away and adopt a hermit's life unsuited to your youth, pregnant with many a danger and unsanctioned by the Shastras. This is unwise and unworthy of you. So Jabali is asking Lord Rama not to abandon his father's kingdom and dwell in the lonely forest, which is excruciatingly hard and extremely painful to traverse. Once again, it may seem as if this is exactly what Bharata and Lakshmana and Mother Kaushalya and all the other citizens of Ayodhya have been asking Rama to do, right? Don't leave Ayodhya, come back to Ayodhya, rule the kingdom, do not stay in the forest, and so on and so forth. So now why is Jabali different? Because he is saying that you are not supposed to abandon it. Narhasi, you should not do this. You should not abandon your father's kingdom. You should not dwell in the forest. By using such language, Jabali thinks that he knows what is best for Rama better than anybody else, better than Rama himself, which is not true. Jabali does not consider the fact that Rama never does something without a particular rhyme or reason. When Bharata asked Bharadvaja what is going to happen. Bharadvaja said that Rama's time in the forest is going to prove beneficial to the whole world, to all the worlds. Despite being an eminent Brahmana, Jabali has completely forgotten the fact that Rama's stay in the forest has to mean something else for all the worlds. And he is now daring to tell Rama that you are not supposed to do this, you have to return to Ayodhya. The tone that he uses over here is completely in contrast to the supplicating tones used by Bharata, the citizens of Ayodhya, by Sumantra, by King Dasharatha, by Lakshmana, by Kaushalya, and so on and so forth. Therefore, Jabali's statement in this verse is categorically wrong. Verse 8. Samriddhayam ayodhyayam atmanam abhishechaya ekveni dharati tvam nagari sampratikshate. A faithful wife finds no pleasure in dresses, jewels, and perfumes during her husband's absence. She appears sad and miserable. Even so, Ayodhya, the home of wealth and comfort, is racked by unspeakable woe and eagerly awaits your arrival. Hence, go back to Ayodhya as soon as you can and ascend the throne of your fathers. So here Jabali tries to say that Ayodhya is racked in grief in the absence of Lord Rama. So this statement is indeed correct. And he also introduces this term called Ekaveni Dhara, wearing a single braid of hair. In Sundarakand, we see multiple times that Hanuman remarks that Mother Sita has just a single braid of hair. That's because in the absence of Rama, Sita is not able to concentrate on making herself beautiful. But once again, he talks about the city of Ayodhya and he asks Rama to get coronated without knowing the purpose of Lord Rama. Verse 9. Raja Bhogan Anubhavan Maha Arhan Parthiva Atmaja Viharatvam Ayodhyayam Yatha Shakra Trivishtape. O King's son, enjoy the inestimable royal pleasures in the city of Ayodhya. Reign over the broad realms of Koshala in all pomp and power like Indra in heaven. Here Jabali is advocating the hedonistic style of life. And this is not good for anyone. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 5.22 purport. Therefore, those who are true yogis or learned transcendentalists are not attracted by sense pleasures, which are the causes of continual material existence. The more one is addicted to material pleasures, the more he is entrapped by material miseries. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, verse 13, the purport says, the human form of life, however, is not meant for such cheap happiness. The human life is meant for attaining eternal and unlimited happiness by spiritual realization. This spiritual realization is obtained by tapasya or undergoing voluntarily the path of penance and abstinence from material pleasure. Those who have been trained for abstinence in material pleasures are called dhira, or men undisturbed by the senses. Only these dhiras can accept the orders of sannyasa, and they can gradually rise to the status of the Paramahamsa, which is adored by all members of society. In the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 2, verse 7, it is mentioned, they are rotting in material activities for transient material pleasure and spoiling their lives, toiling all day and night simply for sense gratification, with no attachment for love of Godhead. I am simply lamenting for them and devising various plans to deliver them from the clutches of Maya. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.943. Karmis who act very seriously for sense gratification are always referred to in the Shastras by such terms as Pramata, Vimukha and Vimudha. They are killed by Maya. However, one who is a Pramata, a saint, sober person, a Dhira, knows very well that a human being's primary duty is to render service to the Supreme Person. So these are various examples that prove that material pleasure is not the goal of human life. And Jabali is advocating that Rama enjoy the material pleasures. Of course, there is nothing that Rama does is actually material. It is completely spiritual because he is not affected by the three modes of material nature. However, when such an estimable Brahmana gives an advice, people do tend to follow it. And over here, Jabali is seemingly advocating material pleasures. Hence, Jabali's statement is categorically wrong. We will see more of Jabali's reactions in the next section.